Hannah is a lifestyle writer in a magazine publishing company in New York. She works under Carmen, her boss and also her best friend. Hannah used to be an asset to the company. She writes well that she's almost got promoted. However, Carmen noticed that Hannah was lost in track recently. Her articles are not that interesting anymore. Hannah apologized. She's still moving on from her breakup with her fiancé, Kyle. They were in a long-term relationship, but Hannah chose to end it. Carmen cheered her up. She's willing to give her another chance. She told the lady to revise her article sooner. Hannah's phone rang. It was a lawyer, and he wanted her to visit his office. Mr. Singh read to the lady the last will of her late grandmother, Mrs. Moore. She left all her properties under Hannah's name. This includes cash and the cabin at Sherbrooke Falls. The cabin is memorable for her nana. She met her husband and built a family in that village. Hannah was shocked. She thought that her grandmother had already sold it after Grandpa passed away. The attorney told her to affix her signature to seal the property as her own officially. Hannah went to her apartment, happy and nervous at the same time. She didn't know what to do with the cabin. In her mind, she wanted to save it for the future. Carmen dropped by in her place. She was delighted to hear about the property. She used to visit there with Hannah when they were kids. The place is undeniably relaxing and peaceful. Carmen suggested her friend to stay there to unwind. It would also be a great environment to move on easily from Kyle. She wishes Hannah to take a short vacation and restore her passion for writing. Hannah pondered on Carmen's idea. She realized that she had a point. The next day, Hannah packed all her things. She plans to stay in the cabin for a few weeks to give time for herself. After a long drive, Hannah reached the Sherbrooke Falls village. The cabin looked old. No one maintained it, and branches of trees blocked the doorstep. The wall's paint was almost erased, leaving some woods exposed. She cleaned the mess outside and opened the door. Hannah had difficulty opening it since it was full of rust. She kept rotating the knob and gathered all her strength to open it. Finally, she was able to get in. Hannah was emotional seeing a picture frame with her and her grandmother. She was kissing her nana, hugging her tight in the photo. It was her last visit to the village before she passed away. Nothing changed that much. The furniture was still there, covered with clothes. Hannah thought of a minor renovation to bring back its look. On that same day, she went to the local grocery store. She brought food supplies. After that, she went to the shelves with construction tools. However, she didn't know what to buy. Hannah met a tall and attractive guy named Cole. He works in that mart and willing to assist the lady. He watched her from afar and noticed that she was struggling to find something. Cole is good at fixing things. He was able to give Hannah the appropriate tools for the task. Hannah thanked him. She was intimidated by his presence, so she bought everything he recommended. Danielle, the store cashier, and Cole's sister was glad that he was now talking to a lady. She had been looking forward that Cole will find another woman after being dumped. She interrupted them and teased her brother. She also had a conversation with Hannah. Danielle knew about her late grandmother, Mrs. Moore, who lived nearby. She was a great baker and used to buy ingredients from the mart. Cole offered to bring her things to the car. Hannah couldn't stop smiling at his sweet gesture. She seemed to have fallen in love with him. Hannah went back to the cabin. She was pissed off that the door was stuck again. She went to the back door, hoping to get in. However, it was also difficult to open it. Frustrated, Hannah opened the window. She fitted her head inside but had a hard time fitting her lower body. Cole, who lives across the cabin, passed by. He stopped when he saw Hannah stuck in the window. He called her out for breaking into Mrs. Moore's house. Hannah was startled to see him. She explained to the man that Mrs. Moore was her grandmother. During their conversation, Hannah learned that Danielle was his sister. They also managed the grocery store that their parents own. Cole was able to open the door. He did it effortlessly. Hannah thanked him and went inside. She felt butterflies in her stomach. She watched Cole as he walked to his car. Hannah rattled when the man turned around and saw her. She felt embarrassed about what she had done. Later that night, Hannah talked to Carmen on the phone. She mentioned Cole. She was pissed off when he acted like he knew all the construction tools. He wanted to make her feel she doesn't know about basic home repair. Carmen burst out laughing. She agrees with Cole. Hannah cannot be trusted to repair things. Hannah murmured that he was not even attractive to treat her that way. Carmen got curious about why her temper was high, mentioning the guy. She teased her that she was maybe attracted to him. Hannah denied it. Carmen asked how her article was going. Hannah was not yet able to write it. She was having a hard time finding someone to interview since she was not familiar with the place. Carmen wished her well and ended the call. Hannah also contacted an agency to help her restore the cabin. The next day, she started to clean the house. She was confused to see Danielle outside with a man. His name is Aaron, from Wellingford Real Estate. He is Danielle's husband, the man fit for the job to inspect the damages to her cabin. Hannah welcomed them inside. She apologized for the mess. Danielle didn't mind it. She was mesmerized by the interior design of the house. Hannah said that her late grandfather was a carpenter. He was the one who built it. Hannah showed her the picture of her grandpa. Danielle recognized him and said he used to roam around the neighborhood in his vintage car. Hannah treats them as her second parents after her mom and dad divorced. It was also that moment that Danielle learned that she's a writer. She was amazed that she worked in one of the famous magazines in New York. There, Hannah shared that she's currently working on an article about married couples. She wanted to ask if she knew someone who had a great love story to tell. Danielle said that she was willing to do it. However, Aaron declined because he's shy to be featured in a magazine. They all laughed after that. Aaron inspected the cabin. He suggested that it needs minor renovation, inside and outside. Danielle teased her that she'll finally enter the door and not from the window. Hannah got curious about why she knew about that. She replied that Cole had told her the other day. There, Danielle recalled that Cole is good at repairing things. He can even do plumbing, and he can help her out. Hannah declined. She's shy to ask Cole for help. But Danielle insisted. Danielle went to his home. She told her brother to help Hannah restore the cabin. Cole said that he was busy. Danielle looked at him sharply, pleading with him to change his mind. In the end, Cole said yes. Danielle told Hannah that she was one call away if she needed help. Hannah was overwhelmed by their kindness. She's only new in the neighborhood, but they treated her well. The next day, Hannah tried baking again. She followed a recipe from her grandma. While sifting the flour, she heard a banging sound. Hannah startled. She looked at the door and saw someone. It was Cole. He visited early to fix her door. He also brought tools and supplies needed for the repair. Cole went inside. He was amazed that Hannah could bake. He also learned that she was currently finding a couple to be interviewed. It was her proposal after Carmen gave her another chance to prove herself. If the article is successful, she will be promoted. If it goes the other way, she will be terminated. Hannah was curious if Cole was married. She asked him if he could be interviewed for the article. Cole replied he had no wife. Hannah smiled. She did not expect that he was still single. Deep inside, she was happy because she was falling for him. Cole wanted to help. He introduced her to his parents as Mrs. Moore's granddaughter. Mrs. Walker was happy to meet Hannah. She has been a close friend of her grandma since then. Mrs. Walker said never to hesitate to approach her if she needs help. Hannah grabbed that opportunity to request her and her husband for the interview. Cole shared that they will be celebrating their 40th anniversary on the weekend. Mrs. Walker and her husband agreed. They would love to be featured in a magazine. The Walker family also invited Hannah for the winter picnic the next day. They wanted her to enjoy her stay in the village. Hannah declined because she felt shy. Danielle insisted. She said that Cole would pick her up. Hannah and Cole excused themselves to pick a paint color. The lady said to Cole that his family was welcoming and kind. Cole smiled and opened up that he had a hard time managing the website of the store. She was delighted to see Walker's family picture. There, she noticed that Cole had another sister. The man went silent for a while. He said that the lady beside him was his wife, Olivia. They had already been separated for more than a year. Hannah was hurt. She thought that Cole was single. She excused herself and walked away. Cole's parents were curious why she left. The next day, Cole picked up Hannah. The lady hesitated, knowing that he had a wife. She doesn't want to be involved with him. Cole insisted. He said that his mom prepared hot chocolate for her. Cole and Hannah arrived at the venue. During the winter picnic at Sherbrooke Falls, all the families bonded together. They also bring delicious food to celebrate the occasion. Hannah was delighted to see everyone happy. She remembered that time she visited the village. She went camping with her grandpa. She boasted to Cole that she could make a fire. Cole teased her about making a campfire. Hannah accepted the challenge. Mrs. Walker was happy to see Cole with Hannah. They are obviously having fun making a fire in winter. She gave them hot chocolates. It was her recipe and Cole's favorite. Hannah grabbed the chance to interview Mr. and Mrs. Walkers. They sat around the campfire that she had made. Mr. Frank Walker met his wife at a local fair. He already saw Kim, Cole's mom, at school, but he was afraid to approach her. There, he got stuck in a funhouse. He was scared, knowing that he was alone. He rattled to find the exit. Mr. Walker turned around and saw Kim. He felt relieved that she was there. He jokingly said he wouldn't mind if he were trapped longer in the funhouse. Mr. Walker fell in love with Kim the first time he saw her. Mrs. Walker, on the other hand, never expected that she would end up with him. She only fell in love after he confessed. Hannah and Cole laughed at their corny love story. The lady further asked about their secret for a marriage to last. Mrs. Walker said that love is more than a feeling. It is a commitment that she makes every day, even if the spark disappears. Mr. Walker agreed. He said that every time he wakes up, he always chooses to stay with her. Marriage is not that easy to maintain. It is like a sailboat. Most of the time, it meets calm water. Sometimes, it encounters a storm. Hannah was impressed with the couple. It was her first time being moved during an interview. The lady said she was engaged to someone, but they did not end up with each other. Mrs. Walker felt bad for her. She decided to invite her to Cole's place to celebrate their 40th anniversary. Hannah declined. She felt shy. Later that night, Cole accompanied Hannah home. He also carried her things. He invited her again to his parents' anniversary dinner in his place. He told the lady that it would mean a lot if she would come. They never had a guest after he broke up with Olivia. Hannah replied that she would think about it. At the grocery store, Danielle teased her brother to Hannah. Their parents told her he was lonely when the lady refused to attend their wedding anniversary. She suggested he invite her for a date to get to know her more. Hannah started her day early. She cleaned the house and painted the interior. She also writes the article about Cole's parents. Someone knocked on the door. It was Cole. He visited to repair her bookshelf. Hannah offered to hold the wood. She couldn't stop staring at him. He looked cool when he fixes things. Hannah thanked him for extending his help. Cole smiled. There, he had a chance to invite her out. The lady said yes and suggested going skiing. As they hiked on the slope, Hannah said she had already started the article. She was working on it slowly, not to disappoint his parents. Cole was eagerly listening to her. He likes it when she smiles. He's falling in love with her. The two became comfortable with each other. They even shared about their exes. Hannah said she woke up one day and fell out of love with her fiancé. She had never experienced being married. She asked Cole how he knew that Olivia was the one. The man replied that he was excited to go home to see her. After they broke up, he was unsure if he'll be lucky to find a woman. Regardless, he's not closing the thought of marrying again. Cole looked into her eyes. He invited her again to his parents' wedding anniversary. Hannah agreed only if she was allowed to bring desserts. The man smiled and nodded yes. The next day, Carmen called. Hannah opened up, and she felt confused. She had already found a couple, and the article was going well. However, something was bothering her mind. Carmen giggled. She teased her that maybe she was in love with the neighbor. Hannah never denied it. She admitted that she was falling in love with him. But she must control her feeling knowing that he's married. Carmen said that it's not a problem because they are already separated. She also suggested asking Cole if he was ready to move on and write something about him. Writing has been her way of releasing stress. Maybe it can help sort out her thoughts. Sunday came, and Cole groomed himself and cooked the meal. His sister arrived. She rattled because Hannah had contacted her. A photographer will come to take pictures of their parents. Danielle looked around and found the house tidy. Cole was also cooking. He never cleans or cooks in the house. He even offered her drinks while waiting for their parents. His glowing face made her conclude that Hannah would be coming for dinner. Mr. and Mrs. Walker arrived. Cole asked permission to go out to get some firewood. It was just an excuse. The truth is he picked up Hannah. His parents were so happy that she came. Everyone was entertained when talkative Danielle made jokes. She was also lecturing her husband. She teased him that Hannah won't be interested in interviewing them because they kept quarreling. Hannah burst out laughing. She envied their healthy relationship. Most of the couples she interviewed struggled with their marriage. There, she asked Danielle how to maintain her marriage. Danielle replied that she had to fall in love with the right person. Hannah was confused. She wondered how to know if someone was the one meant for her. Cole looked at her. Danielle replied that the right person is the one who makes you feel at home. Dessert time, and Hannah served the truffle she made. They were all amazed that Hannah had baked it. Mrs. Walker told her that it was Cole's favorite. They loved the dessert she made. Shortly after, the photographer arrived. Mr. and Mrs. Walker sat on the sofa for the pictorial. Cole thanked Hannah for featuring his parents in the magazine, and seeing his parents' happiness means a lot to him. Hannah smiled. She said that their love story deserves to be shared with the world. Hannah directed the photo shoot. He told Danielle and Aaron that they could join since they are also married couples. Cole asked Hannah if he could join too. He wanted a new family photo for the website. Hannah recalled that his ex-wife was in their old photo. She agreed since Cole insisted. Cole accompanied Hannah home. He thanked her for coming. He also apologized for interrupting her busy schedule. It was just fine for the lady. She even invited him for dinner in her cabin. Cole was delighted. He said that they could have it tomorrow. The next day, Hannah woke up early to finish her article. She also went to the grocery store to buy ingredients for the dinner date. Danielle thanked her for the photo shoot. Cole was also there, and his sister teased him again to Hannah. While Cole organizes the vegetables, Danielle asks if he's in the dating stage with Hannah. He blushed and confirmed it. He also admitted that he's falling in love with her. Danielle was emotional. She couldn't believe that her brother had finally found someone. She expressed her support for their relationship. Night came and Hannah was busy cooking. Cole arrived and he sat in the living area. There, he found something. He saw an article about him and Olivia. Cole went mad that Hannah wrote about their marriage without asking his permission. Hannah explained. She said that she was just overwhelmed and confused about their status. Cole had no idea that she was already falling in love with him. He didn't listen. He never wanted to bring back his past with Olivia. Cole walked out and the dinner date never happened. Days passed by, and Hannah never saw Cole again. She missed him so much. Regardless, she updated their grocery store's website and uploaded their family photo. With everything that happened, Hannah realized maybe it was about time for her to leave the village. She contacted Aaron to help her find a potential buyer for the house. She decided to sell the cabin for good. She wanted to move on from Cole while it was still early. She also regretted writing an article about him. The next day, Aaron arrived. He was impressed with the changes in the house. The buyer also went in to check the place. Aaron was confident that he could sell the house. At the grocery store, Danielle informed Cole that Hannah would be leaving the village. She will also sell the cabin, according to Aaron. Danielle advised her brother to apologize and never let a misunderstanding ruin their relationship. She also said to stop showing mixed signals. If he wanted Hannah, then he should show it. Cole never listened. He was still mad at her. Hannah went back to New York. Carmen visited her. She was impressed with her article. Despite the good news, Hannah is not happy, and Carmen notices it. She asked her why she had sold the cabin. She wrote there the article that helped her reach the peak of success. She also fell in love when she lived there. Hannah appreciated her concern. However, she wanted to be alone and eat junk food. Carmen ordered pizza and stayed with her throughout the night. The next day, Hannah saw the letter her late grandmother had written. Her grandma wished her to take care of the cabin. It was where her unforgettable memories were kept. She also said it would be useless if Hannah won't live there with the person she loves. There, she remembered Cole. She wanted to confess to him. However, she's afraid that Cole won't feel the same. The cabin already has a buyer. Carmen forced her to wear her coat and return to Sherbrooke Falls. She advised the lady to follow her heart and cancel selling her home. Hannah felt motivated. She drove to the village. She's no more concerned if Cole will reject her. She just wanted to confess her feelings. Meanwhile, at the grocery store, a copy of the magazine arrived. Danielle was happy to inform her parents that Hannah's article had been published. She gave it to Cole and forced him to read it. After reading, Cole was low-key impressed with the write-up. He told his parents that their story was a factor that made it interesting. Cole is happy inside, but he doesn't want to show it to them. Danielle finds her brother bitter. She read a quoted part of the article to explain how Hannah loved him so much. She raised her voice. She wanted him to find her before it's too late. There, Cole admitted that he was scared. Mrs. Walker knows her son is in love with Hannah, but he's in denial about his feelings. She advised him that it is okay to feel scared when it comes to love. Hearing that, Cole became motivated to look for her. His sister contacted Aaron to give Hannah's address. His parents could not contain their happiness seeing their son happy. Hannah arrived at Sherbrooke Falls. She parked at Cole's place. The lady shouted his name, but no one answered. She crossed the street and went to her cabin. She found Aaron outside. She requested him to cancel selling the house. Fortunately, the client was not yet able to sign a contract. Hannah wanted to go inside, but the door got stuck again. She went to the back door. Suddenly, she heard a familiar voice. It was Cole. He apologized for how he acted that evening. He was just overwhelmed with random thoughts. He was also confused about their real status. Cole confessed to Hannah. After he separated from Olivia, he never expected to fall in love again. Not until Hannah came into the village. Unexpectedly, he fell in love with her. Cole thought that it would only fade soon. However, as he spends time with Hannah, he falls in love with her even more. He even made excuses just to see her. But at that time, he was in denial about his feelings. He was also afraid of being dumped, so he did not confess. Hannah laughed because she also felt the same. She apologized for the article she wrote about his marriage to Olivia. It was the time that she started falling in love with him. She was also afraid of the idea of falling in love again. Hannah was not yet done explaining, but in the end, Cole interrupted her with a kiss.